Hi, we're continuing on our discussion of LMS content management with some advanced features that you won't see in all LMSs, but only some select LMSs. Like all advanced features, it typically involves the capacity to do one to many, so to do the same thing differently for different groups or different individuals. So, one of those concepts in content management is catalogs. So, a basic feature would be to have one catalog, which is exactly what that looks like. A listing of all the different topical areas of different sorts that you can click into and see what content is available. An advanced feature would be able to have multiple catalogs in the system, different catalogs for your employees and for your customers, for example. Unlimited number of catalogs for that matter. Another big thing that advanced features on content management is the chance to do things in bulk. So, in basic features, you can usually upload things one at a time, like a PowerPoint or a SCORM course or an XAPI object. In advanced features, the LMS will give you the ability to do that in bulk. So, upload a whole folder full of graphics or a whole folder full of SCORM objects, or even integration so that you can uh, do it on the back end of bringing a lot of objects in at the time of transition from one learning management system to another. In basic content management capabilities, you can bring in the objects and make those objects available at its common format to learners. But a more advanced feature set is the ability to take those objects then and then regroup them and reassemble them into learning paths or content. And so that would be the ability to create a learning journey that might have a webinar, it might have an on demand video, it might have a self paced course, it might have a PowerPoint, and then read this PDF and then take this assessment. And each one of those things are standalone objects that were either brought in or created in the LMS. And so you can then use those little building blocks of content in all different kinds of paths and curriculums, change it in one place, and it's updated and changed in all those places. In some LMSs, it gives you the ability to clone those objects so they're always the same in all the places that they're used. And in other cases, you can kind of do a save as concept where you can use that content and then add or modify it at that local level or local curriculum. All of that saves a lot of time and money and effort in managing content centrally and using it centrally and distributing it across all your learning objects than it would be to try to create it all individually and then manage that over time. Anytime there's a change, try to figure out where you could go hunt that content down and all the places it's used is one of the main problems that an LMS is solving with its advanced feature. Finally, the last two bits of advanced things that you'll see sometimes is the whole concept of using social content, ask the expert, or participating in discussion forums or groups or submitting a question as considered a learning object that is in a path that needs to be done or completed. And another piece of that is, especially in longer learning journeys that are up using a lot of different paths, the ability to space that content out and release it over time. So maybe like week one, week two, week three, week four would all be different uh, time release contents. That way, your class or your cohort stays together and doesn't go racing ahead. Sometimes they're 100% all online. Sometimes it is that time release of content, more like almost like a university model at that point. So, not by all of the features by any stretch of the imagination, but those are a nice handful of what you can expect from an advanced feature set in the LMS market today.